Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with another Hearthstone arena. I haven't done a warrior run in a long time for this channel, so let's go ahead and pop that baby. And start off with one of my favorite 3-drops in the game, the Frothing Berserker, just an absolutely insane card. Here we have a choice between another 3-drop. I am a little bit hesitant of having too many 3-drops, so picking 2 off the bat is kind of irritating. Or this Silence to help push through damage. I'm going to make a bit of a bold move. I'm going to take this Owl, even though the Hunter is probably the better card on average. I think that Warriors have this issue where a lot of their ability to breach through damage for the win with things like Weapons and Heroic Strikes requires the opponent not to have a taunt, so I'd like to have a way to get past taunts. Now this is garbage. I don't even know what to do here. I guess I'll take, jeez, Young Priestess. I mean, the Mana Addict is just so bad. I don't even know, man. Alright, Cruel Taskmaster, one of my favorite cards. Love that card very much. And we'll take a Whirlwind here. It's good in some cases. Got another chance for an Owl. This time I will take the 3-drop, either the aggressive one or the buffing. Let's go for the buffing here. And I'm not going to take these expensive things just yet. Archmage can be good, but not so much for Warriors. We'll take the Crusader as a nice solid 3-drop after I talk about how I don't want to take too many 3-drops. Good commentary, Boris. Good commentary. Now, Commanding Shout is not a bad card. Do I take the Auctioneer? Warriors do have a number of cheap spells. This could actually work. Alright, we'll do it. Although Commanding Shout can be good sometimes, it's also been rather lame for me in the past. I have one viewer who keeps complaining that I don't regard Abusive Sergeant very highly. I don't. I mean, it's a buff and it can be useful later on, but in general, I'd rather not play with that card if I can avoid it. Arcanite Reaper is a card I don't want to have too many of, but I will take one here. Okay, so I can take a mediocre 2-drop or a pretty solid 3-drop. Story of my life. Can I get some 4-drops in this draft? That'd be great. We went on a third of the way through. I think I've literally not seen a single 4-mana creature. Anyway, we'll take the Cobra here. Okay, we'll go for some card draw there. Although if I have this Auctioneer, I probably should have taken the Inner Rage. Meh. Slam or Cleave. The Slam is a bit more consistent, so I'll take that. We'll grab the first 4-drop of the day. Now, the Worgen can be nice with things like Slam or Cruel Taskmaster and Whirlwind, but I'm going to take the Buffer card here, because it is a 2-drop. We'll take Mortal Strike. I've learned to really appreciate this. Again, Commanding Shout has been okay for me in the past, but I do like just having direct damage. Warriors lack that. Warsong Commander is spectacular, almost impossible not to take that card. Now here, the Core Crown Elite is removal, so is the Cleave. The Cleave is good if the opponent gets off to a fast start. Sometimes, however, it is useless. Core Crown Elites are usually solid. We'll take the Core Crown Elite here, though I'm not 100% certain. Alright, well, here we'll take the Cleave then, since I passed on it pretty aggressively before. Another Warsong Commander? Yes, please. Knife Juggler is an easy call there, so I could use maybe just a couple of endgame cards now to finish this up. Let's take the Healer for one big body. I'll take the Wolf Rider for some reach/removal. Looking for a big card. Core Hound, you are not what I am looking for. Do I dare take Dread Corsair? The only weapon I have is one Arcanite Reaper, so this is otherwise going to be junk. With the Arcanite Reaper, though, this is free, which is great. But we'll take the Dragonling mechanic. It's a bit more consistent. A second Cruel Taskmaster? Yes, please. Can I get a big card, though? Oh, God. Well, we're getting lots of removal here. Alright, so I can take the Freezer or the Taunter. We'll take the big Taunt over the big Freeze. Ah, jeez. I can't catch a break today. How many Warsong Commanders is too many? This is probably too many. We'll take the Panther there. Okay, we'll take an Archmage. Even though, again, Inner Rage is good with the whatever, Gadgetzan Auctioneer. I need some big bodies in this deck. I currently have none. And we're going to then take a Frothing Berserker to wrap things up. So, I don't know. This deck doesn't seem that great. No Fiery War Axe. I have some control-y stuff with things like Slam and Execute, and Cleave and Execute, Whirlwind Execute, and the Auctioneer can draw me some cards, but this is missing some things. This is missing some serious things. I have a lot of 3-drops, which is not my favorite way to play. I don't have that many 4-drops. The card quality overall is pretty high, apart from things like Young Priestess. But that doesn't seem like the card was right to me. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I hate that. I hate seeing a big spike on 3s, but that's just like all this draft is giving me all day long. We're up against Wild Clan the Shaman. Slam, generally more of a later game removal card. Although you could use it early on just as a 2 damage for 2 mana. Not the end of the world. I would rather mulligan for some of my minions. We get Cruel Taskmasters here, so these are a bit weird, because of course if the opponent plays anything with 2 health or more, which is like most things in this game, the Taskmasters aren't going to see use for a little while. I could coin one out just as a 2/2 for 2 to have a Totem Sweeper ready to go. That's a possibility. But since I've drawn that Cleave, we'll just go ahead and hang on to these guys in the hand. Cleave will kill a totem plus a minion, so it should be fine. And indeed he starts off with a totem. Now, when I say Cleave will kill a totem plus a minion, I suppose that is being a little bit optimistic, since, of course, he can now, at 3 mana, play a 3 toughness minion that Cleave indeed will not kill. We'll just have to see. Nice thing about this engineer play, apart from it giving me a card, is he doesn't really want to use spells to kill it. Okay, Unbound Elemental, huh? Well, unfortunately, it does not die to the Novice Engineer plus Slam. Same deal for Cleave. I could use Novice Engineer, Slam, or Novice Engineer, Cleave, and Whirlwind. That doesn't seem that right. We'll just play the Frothing Berserker here and beef it up a little bit. Try to use it to take down the Sunbend Elemental. So now my opponent really wants a Lightning Bolt. That, with spell damage, will kill this 4 health on the Frothing Berserker. He has a Forked Lightning, which is close, but no Cigarette, because it doesn't quite kill the Berserker. I assume he would not do that unless he had something else, like an Elven Archer or an Iron-Forward Rifleman. No, he just has a Feral Spirit. Interesting. So he is going for broke with the Sunbound Elemental. He's got it protected behind some taunts. It's pretty huge as a 4/6. Can I kill it? Well, Whirlwind, unfortunately, will kill off my own Berserker. I don't have any Rampage in this deck, so this Berserker might not be able to do better than just kill a Spirit Wolf. Alright. I wish I could Whirlwind here, alas. Let's see what Cleave does. It's not going to get any better. Might as well use it here. So it hits both of the wolves. Man, if only I could Whirlwind! Oh, God, if I could Whirlwind, that would be super great. Balls. I could Cruel Taskmaster to finish off one of them. But then, if I Whirlwind, it'll also kill off my own Berserker. Ball sacks. Alright, we're going to do this. I guess we're playing the Cruel Taskmaster there. Use the Berserker to kill the wolf there. And now, if I'm not mistaken, my opponent should be crazy overloaded here. He's only got 1 mana, so he should pass the turn. But he's going to hit me for 4, and this 4/6 is a bit difficult to deal with. He actually has a play. Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus! That's too bad. That is really too bad. So I could play the Fen Creeper to try to hold this off, but I'm going to go for the Cobra instead. I've got to try to, I'm sure we'll slam this thing for the hell of it. Actually, wait. Here's the time to use the coin. Let's play Panther, kill the spell damage totem. If he has a Lightning Storm here, I will lose the game. Lightning Storm kills at least 2 of my 3 creatures. If he has a Fire Elemental, that's bad news bears also. But I could Cruel Taskmaster my Panther and then kill the Unbound Elemental with that. Even if he Fire Elementals to kill my Cobra. Then, of course, there's a 6/5 that I have to kill. One thing at a time. Oh my god, Flame Tongue Totem, are you goddamn kidding me, Jesus. So now he can use this thing that he got for 1 mana frickin' last turn to kill my Cobra. Do you see what a big difference that makes? That makes a huge difference. And now, of course, even with the Cruel Taskmaster's help, the Panther cannot kill the Unbound Elemental, so I'm just taking unholy amounts of damage. Up to, or down to half life, and I really don't have anything to show for it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do this for sure. I can either play the Shattered Sun Cleric or Slam to get the rest of the damage. Well, I'm going to play the Shattered Sun Cleric because I need to get some creatures on the board here. So I'm going to kill that off finally. Oh my god. So we both had our class-specific really good 3-drops. He had his Unbound Elemental, I had my Frothing Berserker, and he just had tons of Overload cards, and of course, the right cards in general, to clear me off completely. Load of baloney dongs is what that was. So now the spell damage totem with the help of Flame Tongue kills my Cleric. Maybe I should have used Slam so he wouldn't have this opportunity. He draws, of course, the best possible totem, gets a card off the Cult Master. I am going to draw a card and concede. Yeah. We're done here. I could have kept playing. I know someone's going to be angry. Oh, why didn't you slam the Flame Tongue and Whirlwind and play your Scarlet Crusader? Because that game was dumb. And we want to move on to the next one. I don't want to waste your time playing in dumb games. And for all those of you who say, oh, Boris, you concede prematurely, again, if it is a question of playing on and having a 1% chance of winning, but getting very frustrated and annoyed, or just conceding and moving on to the next game and then not having a lower morale, it's better to concede and move on. Let's take the 99% chance that I was going to lose that game anyway and get to the next game sooner and play it better because I'm not as frustrated about the first game. So, we're up against the Paladin. Floxney the Paladin, as I've said many times, this is my least favorite matchup, probably in all of Hearthstone. Warrior versus Paladin, especially in the arena. Maybe, you know, in ranked, whatever, it's all different in ranked. But in Arena, when the Warrior hero ability does nothing, and the Paladin hero ability puts a 1-1 on the board, it's extremely irritating to have to deal with that. Luckily, I am first, so as long as he passes on turn 1, if he doesn't have a coin play, I can get a Knife Juggler out there and be in pretty good shape. Alright, so Leper Gnome I'm actually okay with as well, so instead of playing the Knife Juggler, obviously now we will just play Cruel Taskmaster, kill his 1-drop, and be off with a pretty nice start. Now if he makes a Recruit, I'm in really good shape. I can play my Frothing Berserker, kill his Recruit, grow it up to be a 4-4, and my opponent would have to use his coin in a True Silver Champion if he wanted to kill that Berserker. Okay, now the Amani Berserker merits a different play. It's nice to have a bevy of options here. So instead of playing the Frothing Berserker here, we'll play the Shattered Stone Cleric. Good thing I drafted that. Beef up my guy, kill his 2-3. Got the Shattered Stone Cleric, which will be able to kill a Recruit if he makes a Recruit now, though somehow I doubt it. He seems to have a pretty good curve, having a turn 1 play and a turn 2 play, and indeed he is going to make a turn 4 plays as a True Silver Champion. It is Ascension Shield Master. Well, that is alright. So what we're going to do here, in that case, is... Core Chrono Elite is tempting, but no, we're going to slam this thing, get a card. We're going to play Knife Juggler for the future, kill this thing off with my damaged guy, swing. So now what he wants is a Consecration or a True Silver Champion, that either of which would allow him to clear my board. However, that would also be all of his mana, then I can repopulate pretty nicely with this Dragonling mechanic. Good thing I didn't take the Dread Corsair, because that would be pretty useless. Oh my gosh, he has a very weak play here, just a Flesh-Eating Ghoul. That is not super great. So, I got a couple of options here. I could do Warsong Commander and Novice Engineer. The advantage of that is it uses up all of my mana. The disadvantage is that it puts the Warsong Commander out here to possibly die, whereas next turn I could do Warsong Commander, Frothing Berserker. The Frothing Berserker would have charge, then if there's stuff on the board here to trade with, I can actually pump it up and attack for a lot of damage. Or even next turn, well no, the turn after that I could do Warsong Commander, Dragonling Mechanic, and each of the little components would have charge. Or I could just play the Frothing Berserker right now. Why don't I just do that? Yeah, okay, so we're going to do this for a card. Yeah, that's a pretty sensible move. We're going to do Frothing Berserker. Oops, I should have actually attacked... No, never mind. I'm doing this right. I'm going to attack, so I'm buffing the Frothing Berserker, so that's why I did not kill the Flesh-Eating Ghoul first. Had I killed the Flesh-Eating Ghoul first, all these creatures would have guaranteed that the knives hit his face, but I would rather have a buffed up Berserker than extra knives on his face. Alright, so now I'm in really good shape. True Silver Champion will kill this Frothing Berserker, taking a net of 3 damage, but, you know, he's getting hit pretty hard here. Now I can play the Core Chrono Elite and swing at his face. I can play both Warzone Commanders, then the first one would not have charge, but the second one would. I think I'm actually going to do that. This gives me a couple of Knifelings, same as the Dragonling mechanic, but in addition, it's unlikely he'll kill both of them. And if he does, he would have to have like a Hammer of Wrath. He'd True Silver one, Hammer of Wrath the other. That'd be most of his turn. And this Knife Juggler would still be here, pounding out the damage. Vengeful Mercenary is exactly what he does not want right now, because it doesn't clear out my board at all. And it is eminently ignorable. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have to kill this turn. So let's see, this would be 4 damage, this is also 4 damage, so they're the same. Might as well do this one then. Cool, Taskmaster will have charge, so it adds a total of 4 damage to the table. And I don't really care where the Knife Juggler flings his stuff, because I'm pretty sure I have lethal here. Yes. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and or subscribe if you did. And if you want to see the rest of the run, stay tuned. I'll be posting it quite shortly. Look at that Polite Paladin giving me a well played as I kill him on turn 7.